Hello and welcome to Global Sanctuary for Elephants podcast, Global Rumblings. I'm your host, Nadia Mari, and I'll be taking you to the lush jungle of the Mato Grosso region in central Brazil, home of GSE's initial project, Elephant Sanctuary Brazil. Hello, and thank you for joining Global Rumblings podcast. Today is actually our very first Minisode, and we have some exciting news about a fabulous upcoming event to share with you today. So let's head on down to Brazil. Hello, Kat. Hello, Scott.
Hey, Nadia.
Hey, Nadia. How are you today?
I'm fine. Lovely spring day here today. Yeah, we're on strict orders from producer Bob to keep the mini in the word Minisode. So we'll have to skip our little drinking game with our favorite words, which I think are beautiful and nuances we have got so far.
And they may manage to find their way in here anyway today. We'll see.
So you've got some exciting news to share with your supporters.
Yeah, I think the first thing is that trying to keep it short was directed at me. So thanks for that guidance. I tend to talk a little more than I should sometimes. So you can keep me in line here, Nadia, and as you need to do. So yeah, we have an exciting online auction coming up in June of this year. This is actually in replacement of our normal annual fundraiser around this time, which everyone knows as the Big Payback. The organization that was hosting the Big Payback previously, the Community Foundation of Tennessee, of Middle Tennessee, has decided not to host that fundraiser for nonprofit organizations in the state this year. So we are replacing that with a virtual online auction, which we're really excited about.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I thought you were going to keep going. Yeah, it's Trunks and Treasures. It's an online auction and virtual event that we're holding to help raise funds for the care of the elephants, because as most of you know, it's really expensive to be able to provide the appropriate care for the elephants that come to Sanctuary. Many of them have not had any medical care for the entire 50 years that they've been on the planet. So they come with significant issues, and that is part of our responsibility of providing them with a healthy home.
Okay, and the dates are, let me just check my notes. Of course, I knew what you were going to tell us. 5th to the 12th of June. That's the online auction, 5th to the 12th of June.
Yeah, the auction will run for a week from the 5th to the 12th. And then in the midst of that, there'll be a live virtual event on June 10th. It'll be hosted on Facebook Live, and then we'll be sharing it to our YouTube channel after that. And during the live event, we'll have some videos from the sanctuary. They'll talk about some of the items that are up for auction, and we'll have some of our employees chiming in live as well.
Wow.
We have some unique interviews. Trish, one of our international veterinarians, was just here for a few weeks. So we recorded some interviews with Trish about what it means to be a veterinarian here. And because that is, as Kat was just saying, such a huge part of the expense here is the medical care. I don't know that there are a few places in the world that don't provide elephants with medical care. And what we hear in South America is it's almost non-existent. Mm-hmm. So we have elephants that arrive with, 40 years of essentially nothing, no foot care, no anything. So aside from basic diet, so they arrive with it's a different world than what we were dealing with, in the sanctuary in Tennessee. It's much more complex because of 40 and 50 years without medical care. So it does add up. One of the many expenses. So we have special interviews with Trish. With the auction items, we are super excited to have some the normal auction items that you would see, which is artwork, handmade crafts, and we also have some virtual Q&As with Trish, our veterinarian. We are going to do a virtual sunset wine and Q&A with Scott and Kat, us here at the Sanctuary. So
or just Scott, if you prefer, your choice.
No, it has to be Scott and Kat. And we are even going to have a hyper exclusive event of a tour or a visit to the Sanctuary itself.
Oh, wow.
And as most of our supporters know, the Sanctuary is not open to the public. We don't have our volunteer program up and running yet because housing is an issue, but we do want to auction off a visit for two for a few days to the sanctuary. So this is about as exclusive as it gets as far as being able to see what goes on here and meet the girls. Of course, can't talk, can't touch.
No petting, no petting, no feeding, no playing with elephants, but
it is not that kind of visit.
But we will guarantee you it is more profound than you can possibly imagine. When you remove yourself from that physical contact, you actually see more of them. You see more of their world. You feel them in a different light, and it is life altering. Even when we have the few visitors that come here, whether it be from, state representatives or, authorities, we do the same thing. There's the same policies all the way around, and you can see the impact that has on them. We just did a school group of a bunch of college kids, and they were in tears just seeing the elephants without, there's no interaction, there's no anything. And they just said, it's just amazing to be in that presence and not have it about us. And there's no selfies, which was really hard for them to do. But when you take that away, you connect more. And that's what this visit's going to be about, is just about seeing what it's all about here. What is life for the elephants? There's no words that can describe it. There's no pictures that can describe it. So we're really excited to have this opportunity for two special guests to come here and visit the sanctuary live.
So the auction then will be obviously online. Will there be a special platform? And we will link up to all this information in the show notes. So 5th to the 12th of June is the auction, and the live event on Facebook is, what did you say?
June 10th.
June 10th. And so we'll link up to all that in the show notes. And the auction will then be on a special auction website.
Yeah, you'll be able to get there through globalelephants.org/trunks and treasures.
Okay, great.
So everybody will be able to find that there. And as we mentioned, we are essentially missing out on our largest fundraiser of the year this year. So we are hoping to be able to make a significant amount of that up through this event. People can bid on things for themselves, for somebody else, just to bid. It all goes to benefit the elephants.
And this trip for two, that's including the flights. That's the flights from wherever, including staying with you and food accommodation.
Yep. Although it's very, very basic here. As you know, from being here, it's not going to be some fancy hotel stay or anything like that. That simply doesn't exist within 3 hours of where we are. But yes, all of that will be included.
Wow, that's fantastic. I haven't won the millions yet, but yeah, that's really exciting.
No, Nadia, you can't bid on that item.
Oh, I can't. Oh, no. Dear.
She can bid if she wants.
No, Nadia's not allowed.
That's not nice. She can do whatever she wants.
I'll see. I'll hide as a stowaway in the aircraft. Okay, well that's fantastic news. And for all your new supporters, of course, you are a 501c3, which means you are an American nonprofit, and you do rely on private donations and on grants for your daily work. So an auction, fantastic, and a live event. Good luck with that. All the information will be in the show notes. And okay, then we'll catch up next week for our regular episode again. And until then, take care.
Thank you, Nadia. Once again, we look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you, Nadia. And thank you to everybody who ends up participating in the auction and the event. It is super helpful to our organization in order for us to be able to take the care of the elephants that we do. So
it's what makes it all possible.
Yep. Can't exist without you.